What's going on, everybody? I'm Ask John here. So today I want to talk about 5 reasons why black people are discriminated in China, in Guangzhou. Now this is quite hot news. I know it's a sensitive, it's touchy subject. Some people may get upset by this video, but it's nothing new for me on this channel. It is what it is. Sometimes truth hurts. Before I get into that, I want to say that it's not just black people. Nowadays, the nationalism in China is rising. Why is that? It's because the coronavirus. China has basically had this having this coronavirus under control, but for the last months, you have cases from abroad. I'm not saying like from foreigners. It's basically Chinese. Most of them are Chinese. They just live abroad and they came to China. However, due to the incompetence of the foreign governments, things are out of control. So these Chinese, they came to China, but they brought the disease, and also some foreigners they have. So naturally, we will think like the foreign governments, they are not doing good enough. We think that the Communist Party of China is doing a great job in containing this virus, and it is true in a sense when you compare with what is happening in America, or in Europe, in Italy, right? So there is a growing nationalism, and when there's all sides nationalism, definitely there will be some kind of anti-foreign sentiment among Chinese. All right, I have a video I want to show you. So this happened recently. I think he's British, white British, because he didn't show his pass to this his residential building, and he didn't wear a mask, and most importantly, he smashed the phone of a security guard onto the ground. So they called police. The man handled him. They called the police. He was arrested. He was arrested by the police. I don't know if he got prosecuted or not, or he was released after that. We don't know.
You have the virus. Have the virus. I have the virus. You have the virus.
Now he's saying that you have the virus. Chinese are having the virus.
给口罩都不戴，给口罩都不戴，他打我，
Interesting,
把我手机都给扔了。
it could also be like the barrier of language. Now, even in Beijing, sometimes you don't find people speaking in English, especially the security guards. They don't speak English.
把手机摔了。
Now, many Chinese, when they see this picture, they got a kick of it. You see white foreigners being controlled or under the control of the Chinese, and especially this dude. He is not moving anymore, but he still have this kind of, what's it called? This thing holding him, like he's kind of some kind of animal. This is the foreigner's wife. I finally, he was escorted. He was removed from the scene. Police took him. All right. So, like I said, this is not just for black people. It's for like all foreigners. But black people take the most of the blame. Black people take the brunt of the blame. Now, I'm not surprised. It's like this for like last 5 years, 10 years. It has been like this for 10 years, 20 years. It's just because of the pandemic. Some Chinese, they have pretext to harass black people. They have some kind of, they are like warranted to do this kind of things. And I also want to, for the last few days, I've been thinking about this topic, and here is the 5 reasons why black people are discriminated in China. Number 1, get your money straight. Chinese people, if you can understand Chinese a little bit, when you are in China, a lot of times Chinese, we talk about the money. How much do you earn a month? What kind of car do you drive? What do you have a house? How many houses do you have? And when they meet foreigners for the first time, they try to know your financial status. How do you dress? Where do you live? So white people. I did R&B experience before. I have quite a lot of experiences with foreigners. Most of white people, when they came to Qingdao for travel or for fun, they stay in 5-star hotels. I don't have a lot of experience in with black people, but I know like in Guangzhou, most of the black people there, they are from Africans. They came to China to do businesses. It's not like they are CEO of a big company. They just like doing like they just buy some cheap products in Guangzhou and export it to their home country. Now, when you see this, they don't make a lot of money. They just make just to make ends meet in most of the times. And a lot of Africans, they don't stay. They definitely, they're not staying like 5-star hotels. So Chinese, when you see like you living like this, when you see white people living like this, that of course they will think like, if they think like they are not having any financial gain in dealing with you, they don't want to hang out with you. They don't want to be associated with you. Now, I think that is number 1 reason. Coming to think about it, some black people are well respected in China, like Michael Jordan, Will Smith, Kobe, right? They are treated like God in China. That why status? If you have money, if you are a star, all these hip hop stars, they also are respected here. So number 1, the primary reason is the money thing. Number 2 is, here it says, get your record straight. When I say record straight, you have to think about why, in a lot of places, many Chinese never met a black person or foreigners. In small places, they probably like some of them never saw a foreigner before. So where do you learn this? Where do you know all this kind of discrimination? Where does your discrimination come from? It comes from the reportings, the news, social media. They know, like in America, you have this blacks versus police. Some people know Blacks Lives Matter. Some people like me, I know, like, even though black people only account for 13% of the population, but they have committed the same crimes as the rest of the races combined. And from the news, from the report, a lot of Chinese, they know like uh, black people, they make crimes. Some of them are very just very easy to pop off, to be violent. Even though like China social media, they are cut off from the rest of the social media. Like there's no YouTube, but on China social media, you will always find news and videos, pictures involving Chinese and Africans or black Africans. So they pick it up. They see like what white people are treating black people, what Chinese are being discriminated by some blacks. They will pick it up, and also like somebody be saying like black people are never welcomed. They're just being condoned. So Chinese, they learn this gradually from. Now, my point is that you have to get your record straight. You have to have no criminal record. You have to be a good person. And also a lot of Chinese have problem with Africans doing drugs, and it is a problem. Before it was more problematic. Like in Beijing, in Sanlitun, some bars, some black people, they sell dopes, they sell drugs to Chinese. Now it's better, but you know they still have that kind of stereotype. Number three is colorism. Now, if you could have number 1, 2 fixed, number three is there's nothing you can do if you are black. Colorism is like this thing like white is better, black is ugly, and especially among women. Now, men, I think like black men are attractive. No homo, no homo stuff, but I do find black people, black men, they are athletic. Many of them they do hip hop. It's very entertaining, but I don't find black women as attractive as Chinese women or white women. And I'm pretty open minded, but some people they just don't find blackness attractive, and they're scared of, especially women. I think. But you will find like Chinese women marrying black people, but less commonly, very rarely you will find Chinese men marrying black women. We don't find black women attractive. It's just it is what it is, right? Number 4, no political correctness. So I know like in the West, even though you have a problem with a group of people, you don't say it. When you say it, it becomes political. But in China, it seems to me like people they don't know about the political correctness. If they don't like it, they just say it. I don't like black people. Everybody laughing, and they have all kinds of jokes about the black people. So, but in the West, this is never tolerated. And part of the reason why it's so rampant on China's social media, the anti-black is so rampant on China's social media is that China's social media is cut off from the global social media, right? You can't say this kind of crazy stuff. Otherwise, your career will be jeopardized. But in China, no. So this is number 4, no political correctness. So number 5 is education, family. Education could also be like the extension of number 1. Usually when you have a higher education, you have a higher paid job. But when we see black people, the only higher paid job for black people are only like the ballers or the entertainers. We don't see a lot of black people with higher degrees. We don't see a lot of black scientists. Coming to think about it, why Chinese they think like Jewish people are God. They think Jews are God. They very they put them on the pedestal. It is because they get the money, they get the education. You see Mark Zuckerberg, he's a Jew. You see the head of the treasury of America is also Jewish. So, and Asian people, Chinese people, they very very value education. So, and another thing is the family. I don't know this, but I don't know if many Chinese know this, but America, blacks have a very high rate of divorce. I think I heard somebody saying like a third or half of black women never married, and there is a very large a group of this is just a lot of black men abandoning their family after the marriage. So in Chinese society, in Chinese values, family always comes first. But when you see like Africans, they so easy for them to abandon their family. That naturally they don't like this, since we don't have the same values. It's better if we don't just stay together or just hang out. So what else? Money, record, colorism, political correctness, education, family. Yeah, and there is a rumor. I don't know if it's a rumor or it's just a facts, but many Chinese do think like black people have high percentage of AIDS, higher percentage of sex-related diseases. So it's another off for Chinese people, and I could add 6. Now 6 is not a main issue. I think I have to add. It could be like part of the reason why Chinese hate Africans is that many of the Africans that came here, they only or the black people that came here, they only have this low jobs like teaching kids, and many of them are working illegally. That old boy in Shanghai, he definitely has no working visa, and even Wood Maya today I saw a video from him. He taught Chinese kindergarten kids. I mean, when you taught kids from kindergarten, that means that you also don't have a working visa. So when they see like you don't have a working visa, you overstay your visa and you overstay your welcome. And a lot of Africans in Guangzhou, they overstay their tourism visas. And sometimes also Chinese, they think like Africans are lazy. On Chinese social media, you can always find like some Chinese, they go to Africa, they film Africans doing construction works. They just do it slowly, whereas the Chinese, they do it very quick, they do it very fast, efficient. But it seemed to me like Africans, they just clock in, clock out. They just doing the job. They don't save money. They do things slowly. Probably that is part of the reason why when Chinese go to Africa, they even hire our own people. They don't hire locals. That could be also the reason. There are more like small things that makes Chinese don't like Africans, but so far in this video, that is what I can think of. No. Anyway, this is not a bashing of African people. It is what it is. I'm not saying this is right. I don't condone discrimination or racism. I'm pretty open-minded. Like I said, I have no problem. I find like some black people are very interesting, right? But if you like also, I think like respect is not given, it's earned. You have to beat the stereotype. As an African, I know it is harder for you to succeed in China than your white counterpart. But if you are really excellent, you will shine finally. You have to show your receipts, like somebody was saying. You have to show your receipts. You have to show your credentials. And only complaining online all day, every day, it doesn't help at all. And you will become the part of the problem if you complain too much instead of becoming the solution. And you do see successful black people. So yeah, I think that's what I have to say in this video. So thanks for watching. I'm out.